Hello, my name is Lloyd Diamond. I'm the CEO of Pixium Vision, and I'm pleased to present to you our company and the Prima Retinal Implant System. We are a public company, so please be mindful of forward-looking statements. Today, 5 million people worldwide gradually are losing their sight as a result of age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, which impacts their quality of life and their autonomy. There are two forms of AMD. The wet form, which affects 20% of AMD patients, and the dry form, which affects 80% of AMD patients. And for those, there is currently no treatment option. Pixium's Prima system, a machine-brain interface technology focusing on neurostimulation and ophthalmology, could become the first approved treatment for dry AMD, an initial addressable market of $1.5 billion. Pixium Vision was created in 2013 and was the pioneer in France in ophthalmology neurostimulation by releasing to the market a first generation of retinal implant for retinitis pigmentosa. We went through a learning curve and several iterations of subretinal implants and image processing systems, which has led to our current Prima platform, the cutting-edge technology of the retinal implant market. We also validated the subretinal implant manufacturing process to meet commercial volume requirements. The company is now moving from a research project phase to a commercially oriented company with a solid foundation and a clear objective to generate data in a larger patient population in the US and EU, leading to market launch soon. Furthermore, the company is an experienced management team with over 100 collective years of knowledge in medical device and neurostimulation product development, clinical research, and market access. To address the unmet need of dry AMD, Pixium Vision is developing the Prima Retinal Implant System to help visually impaired patients regain sight via neurostimulation. Here a small video demonstrates the system. The main element of the Prima system is a miniature retinal implant coupled to an external device consisting of a camera and algorithms derived from artificial intelligence. The Prima system is intended to partially replace the normal physiological function of the eye's photoreceptor cells by electrically stimulating the nerve cell of the inner retina, which then transmit the visual information to the brain via the optic nerve. The latest clinical data show extreme improvement at 18 months. Indeed, the Prima system exceeded its primary endpoint and demonstrated successful letter recognition in the central retina area where there was no vision at all prior to treatment. In other words, the Prima system demonstrated up to 7 lines of improvement, which could translate to the ability to read street signs. Prima is the only implant that meaningfully restores central vision and which addresses dry AMD, a disease with no current therapeutic option, representing a $1.5 billion initial market potential. Loss of quality of life for advanced AMD patients is comparable to dialysis, advanced prostate cancer, or severe stroke. Compared to baseline, the Prima system could offer 40% of quality of life improvement, which will support the accepted efficacy-based pricing. The target pricing of €80,000 or $100,000 per system is well within the accepted payment for quality of life year improvements in the United States and European Union. Roughly 4 million people suffer from atrophic dry AMD in the US and Europe, and 500,000 of these are in the later stage of the disease, where 170,000 of them have almost no foveal perception and are considered legally blind. 70% of these people are currently under the care of ophthalmologists, and this is our initial target market. Our strategy focuses on the main treating referral centers to most efficiently target patients with dry AMD. In the United States, the top 20 retinal centers treat more than 60% of dry AMD patients, and in Europe, there are 15 retinal centers which have more than 55% of the patients. Our strategy focuses on a limited commercial infrastructure, which will improve our return on investment rate and limit expenses. Regarding the timeline, in March this year, the first patient in the USA was successfully implanted, which initiated the Prima US Early Feasibility Study. The next development step of the company is the Primavera pivotal study in dry AMD to be filed in the later half of this year. Readout will be in late 2022, resulting in CE mark and European commercialization in 2023. There is a potential for approval in the United States shortly thereafter. The Prima system could generate over $400 million in annual revenues several years post-launch. Based on the fact that there is a well-identified and concentrated patient pool with no therapeutic options and the natural aging of the population leading to a low double-digit and fast-growing incidence and prevalence rate. So to conclude, firstly, the Prima system is a technology platform with world-leading internal expertise representing a unique opportunity for dry AMD, a large unmet clinical need with an initial addressable market of $1.5 billion. Secondly, the clinical benefit of this technology exceeded initial expectations, paving the way to market commercialization. And lastly, Pixium Vision, with its solid foundation and experience in retinal implants and ophthalmology neuromodulation, is entering the last development stage with a clear US and European development path, and the company is funded through the end of 2021. Thank you for listening to our exciting story.